information.
Grammarly helps you say what you mean.
You know, a lot of folks stop at truck stops. They just naturally think they should. 'Cause they figure any place a truck driver eats, the food's just got to be good. So they go in there amongst all them truck drivers, sitting around talking low. They're talking about women and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. There's the little old place out on 66 where a lot of the drivers stop and get their kicks. A reckless eyeballing this waitress they got called Flo. There's always a bunch in here hanging out, cutting up and talking about how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. What's a wonder a feller can sit down and eat is how many eggs are his bread and meat with a good-looking woman like that around and on the go. First thing you know, you get to fidgeting and fussing and a nudging one another instead of discussing how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. Old Flo, she just takes it all in stride and swells all up with her woman pride. She's tickled plumb pink you come in to see the show. She throws a little old extra wiggle in that walk and you just sit there and grin and talk about homemade loving and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. I can't explain how it makes you feel, but you tip her $5 on a $2 meal. Get yourself together and start heading out kind of slow. While you're pushing that diesel on down the line, you get to thinking about your woman you left behind, and how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that, and how fast them trucks will go.
He was heading into Boston in a big long diesel truck. It was his first trip to Boston, he was having lots of luck. He was going the wrong direction down a one-way street in town. And this is what he said when the police chased him down. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. When he finally found where to unload, he had a dreadful shock. His trailer pointed toward the road and his cab right to the dock. And as he looked around him, through his tears he made this sound. Oh, give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. When he finally got unloaded, he was glad to leave the town. He was very, very happy going back to Alabama. When up ahead he saw a sign said, "You are northward bound." He said, "Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around." Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around. He was driving down the right lane when ahead he saw a sign, and he had to make a left turn, but he could not get in line. And the tears were streaming down his cheeks, and they all heard him yell, "Give me 40 sticks of dynamite, I'll blow this thing to give me 40 acres, and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found." Some guys can turn it on a dime or turn it right downtown, but I need 40 acres to turn this rig around.
Those hard-driving truckers here jamming day and night have got a real tough job to stand up to. Eyeballing down a highway in a big long diesel rig is not a job just anyone can do. But there's a lot of credit due to a fine group of girls. They're the truckers' wives who wait for their men. When they kiss them goodbye and watch the taillights fade, it's a lonely wait until they're home again. He may be gone 3 days or maybe 2 weeks, and everything is left in her care. Like paying bills and cutting grass and fixing kids their meals, she's the woman behind the man behind the wheel. This special breed of woman has to share a love affair with that long stretch of highway on his mind. But she knows that he loves her more than anything. She's a trucker's wife, and that's the greatest kind. And as he sips his coffee, you can bet she's on his mind. Oh, when he's driving down that highway all alone, and that sleeper sure gets lonely, parked at a big truck stop, compared to being in her arms at home. Now we've sung songs and praises about the trucking man, and they're true, but let's save one little spiel for all the truckers' wives, because after all, she's the woman behind the man behind the wheel. She's the woman behind the man behind the wheel.
Billy Mack kissed Wanda and then climbed into his rig. Said he'd be back a Tuesday night. Let's plan on something big. That big red diesel roared to life, and Bill was L.A. bound. The wheels were humming Wonderland as he rolled out of town. 2000 RPMs were showing on the tack, but no one knew this was the last long ride for Billy Mack. Widowmaker, only Bill could understand, was going to make a widow out of pretty Wonderland. Just a few more miles of Bill was on that mountain range, where dead ahead a pickup full of kids blocked both the lanes. Bill hit the air, then he felt his trailer slide and sway, and the pickup driver made no move to help him clear the way. He just had time to think of Wanda as he fought the wheel. Then Billy Mack was buried under 20 tons of steel. 1 life for 10 has always been a diesel driver's code. That's why Billy slung that widow maker off the road. Told you so and you ain't satisfied. The last time that I left home, you laughed while I cried. You think you're pretty smart now, but I'll catch up sometime. Go on, gal, and play the field while I roll down the line. Rollin', rollin' on these rubber wheels. Someday, baby, you'll know how it feels to be broken-hearted and feeling all alone. But a wheel was made round the road, so I'll be going home.
all you big and burly men who roll the trucks along. Listen, you'll be thankful when you hear my song. You've really got it made if you're hauling goods any place on earth except those Haynesville woods. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. When you're loaded with potatoes and you're driving down, you've got to drive that road to get to Boston town. When it's winter up in Maine, better think it over twice. That Haynesville road is just a ribbon of ice. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. When they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. When you're talking to a trucker that's been hauling goods along that stretch of road they call the Haynesville Woods, he'll tell you that dying and going down below is not as bad as driving on that road of ice and snow. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. There'd be a tombstone every mile. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Who is a girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel and a picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway? Rolling down the highway in my Jimmy hauling freight from Chicago to St. Louis, Lord, I see her every day. I double clutch and whistle like me, can hardly ever get a girl look at him that way. Smiling like the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. Wow, what a girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. I bet it
wouldn't take her very long to get gone if someone would pull a dirty trick and take her towel away. I slow my Jimmy down to 20, that's how many wrecks I see there every day. Caused by the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. I do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I love the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. I guess I'm getting bolder, cause I'd rather kiss and hold her than just keep a looking at her every day. At 4:45, coffee drinking, eating time, Jimmy shimmies while I wake up the artist that painted the display. Of the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. Doggone that girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. Sleepy-headed painter said the girl wasn't real. Better get on my way. On Route 66 from the billboard to Chicago, you'll find tiny pieces of my heart scattered elbow which way. Shattered by the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel in the picture on the billboard in the field near the big old highway. I do-do-do-do-do. I do-do-do-do-do.
Started shooting the pinball and started to lie. For a truck driver job, I qualified. I got the job and started up the road. I got lost on the very first load, but that's truck driving. Well, I asked a man at a country store how to get on the route to Baltimore. He spit his tobacco with a twisted smile, said you have to go back about 25 miles, but that's truck driving. Well, the I got back over on the right route, I wound it up and let it all hang out. It was almost through the Carolina State. Looked at my watch and I was 3 hours late, but that's truck driving. A little farther up across the line, I met some cowboy that give me the wine. I passed another truck and a couple of cars at 60 mile an hour run through radar, but that's truck driving. Well, the trooper that stopped me, his face was frowned. He stood 6'6" and weighed 300 pounds. I couldn't get a break from that hard-boiled cop. He hauled me off to the JP shop, but that's truck driving. I left the JP shop at 4:45. Forgot I was over on my drive. I got to the scales at 9:30, and that's where I paid a big, big fine, but that's truck driving. I left the scales and went on up the road, and I found the place I supposed to unload. The consignee there was grouching slow. A pinball machine got the rest of my dough, but that's truck driving. I called my boss to send me 50 skins. He cussed and he swore and says, "Where you been? I need you back down on this end of the road. You ought to be leaving here now with another load." But that's truck driving. Well, he made me mad when he cussed me out, so I wound it up and I headed back south. I took a few pills, was running too fast, got on the wrong road and hit a low underpass. But that's truck driving. When I got back home and pulled in the yard, he cussed again and said, "Boy, you fired." Speaking for myself, boys, that ain't bad luck. I'd never get nowhere while driving a truck if that's truck driving.
Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. I'm driving a truck on a mountain road. I got a hot rod rig and I'm flying low. My eyes are filled with diesel smoke and these hairpin curves, they ain't no joke. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. Out last night drinking beer with a guy, got an aching head and a bloodshot eye. Ended up with a pretty little dame, but I can't even remember her name. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. I got another little gal at the bottom of the grade, and she's got the coffee already made. Better keep my eyes on this road. I'm going downhill with a heavy load. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. If I deliver this hot rod freight, I gotta get going, I'm running late. This mountain grade is mighty steep. I can't stay awake, I ain't had no sleep. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. I guess I closed my eyes a while. Here I am, I'm running wild. I burned my brakes and stripped my gears. I've got to ride her down, I fear. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. I should have left them women alone. It's too late now, I think I've gone. Gotta get myself out of this fix, cause I know now it just won't mix. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves. Diesel smoke, dangerous curves.
From Caroline to Alabama, on down that Georgia line, I've seen lots of pretty girls, but there's none as sweet as mine. As I put the miles behind me, with the headlights burning bright, gotta keep these big wheels rolling, I'm coming home tonight. I ain't got time to shoot the pinball or to get the radar blues. Gotta keep these big wheels rolling, I'm coming home to you. I know my baby's waiting, the sweetest ever seen, with big blue eyes that sparkle. She's a truck driver the line. I've seen lots of pretty girls, but there's none as sweet as mine. With big blue eyes that sparkle, she's the sweetest I ever seen. Gotta keep these big wheels rolling through my truck driver's queen. I ain't got time to shoot the pinball or to get the radar blues. Gotta keep these big wheels rolling, I'm a-coming home to you. I know my baby's waiting, the sweetest ever seen. With big blue eyes that sparkle, she's a truck driver's queen.
Now, this story is about an old truck driver that I saw hitchhiking up in Virginia. I picked him up and let him ride, and this is a story that he told me about getting sacked up with radar and put to walking. If you want to find radar, here's how to do it. Just get in a truck and lay right to it. When you get to Virginia by the radar stand, the trooper will be awaiting with a ticket in his hand. Have your registration, your driver's license, a little money too. Well, the funniest thing that I ever did see was a radar sitting on the top of a tree, and the state patrolman was sitting on the ground waiting for the truckers to come on down. He's got binoculars, walkie-talkie, and a fast forward too. Well, I'm running down the road and I'm running wild, and the JP, he said with a smile, I know that boy, and they'll bring him back, 'cause I seen on the front he was wheeling a Mac. I had her smoking in high gear. I was getting on it. Well, I went through the radar at 74, and the trooper said, you won't do it no more. I said to the trooper, won't you turn me loose? He said, boy, they're gonna cook your goose. They'll put you to walking, hitchhiking, trying to find a job. I said to the judge, I've got no bail. He said, boy, you're going to jail. I got on the phone, calling home. I need the money. Now, just one thing I'd like to know. I like to know it before I go. If the truckers all 45 would run and the state trooper couldn't catch near one and they couldn't get you with their radar gimmick, I wonder then if they'd lower the limit.
Won't you shake hands, buddy, with a truck driving man? I run him from the coast to the southern land. Hit the Smoky Mountains, but I have no fear. Air brakes are screaming and I'm fighting with the gears. Got a load of freight out of New Orleans, trying to miss the scales into Tennessee. A $50 fine would nearly kill my soul, eating up the profit of my doggone load. I got a baby down in Caroline, when I think of her, sort of chills my spine. Smoke from a diesel rolling by my van, I can hear her calling for her big-footed Dan. The going gets hard, how nobody knows. The road patrol's hungry, so he flags me off the road. He said I was speeding by his radar scan, speeding up a hill with an overloaded van. I see a sign blinking, says the best truck stop. I stop for a while to see what they've got. 20-cent coffee makes me think I'm robbed, listening to the waitress griping about her job. I got a baby down in Caroline, just a dream about her sort of chills my spine. With a nickel cigar and the whistle of the wind, I can hear her calling for her big-footed Dan. I can hear her calling for her big-footed Dan.
Yeah, Breaker 19, and this here's the Rubber Duck. You got a copy on me, Pigpen? Come on. Yeah, 10-4 Pigpen for sure. for sure. By golly, it's clean clear to Flagtown. Come on. Yeah, it's a big 10-4 there, Pigpen. Yeah, we've definitely got a front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive. Looks like we got us a convoy.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June and the Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We was headed for Bear on I-10 about a mile out of Shakytown. I said, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck and I'm about to put the hammer down.
And you want to back off them hogs? 10-4 Roger, about 5 miles or so. 10 Roger, them hogs is getting intense up here.
By the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all. But there's a roadblock up on the Cloverleaf, and them bears is wall to wall. Yeah, them smokies was thick as bugs on a bumper. They even had a bear in the air. I says, call an old truck, says, here's the duck. We're about to go a-hunting bear.
Give me a 10-9 on that Pigpen. Negatory, Pigpen, you're still too close. Yeah, them hogs are starting to close up my sinuses. Mercy sakes, you better back off another 10.
Well, we rolled up Interstate 44 like a rocket sled on rails. We tore up all of our swindle sheets and left them setting on the scales. By the time we hit that Chi-town, them bears is a-getting smart. They brought up some reinforcements from the Illinois National Guard. There was armored cars and tanks and jeeps and rigs of every size. Yeah, them chicken coops was full of bears and choppers filled the skies. Well, we shot the line and we went for broke with 1,000 screaming trucks and 11 long-haired friends of Jesus and a chartreuse microbus.
Yeah, rubber duck, this is Sodbuster. Come on, yeah, 10-4 Sodbuster. Listen, you want to put that microbus in behind that suicide jockey? Yeah, he's full of dynamite. He needs all the help he can get.
Well, we laid a strip for the Jersey Shore and prepared to cross the line. I could see the bridge was lined with bears, but I didn't have a doggone dime. I says, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck. We just ain't gonna pay no toll. So we crashed the gate doing 98. I said, let them truckers roll. 10-4.